Hey everybody, so like I said, every other day I'll be posting different topics that come up in the After fandom. So today's topic is, let's talk about the deleted scenes. Now I've already given my reactions to the deleted scenes, but again, that's just showing my face, but I just wanted to give my expanded thoughts on the deleted scenes because I really wanted to talk about them because I was reading a review on Blu-ray.com and I really got to see the breakdown of the run times on the deleted scenes, and they're only like most of them are like under a minute. Some of them, run over a minute. I think the longest one is the wedding prep sequence. But yeah, like they're very short run times. They're very short deleted scenes. Um, that kind of had me wondering what the hell happened here. So, like, one of the questions that keeps coming up in the After fandom, like all throughout Twitter, is why did they cut the scenes? Why did they cut the scenes? Should the scenes have been in the film? Um, basically stuff like that. Questions like that have come up, time and time again. So first, I wanted to talk about the history of deleted scenes. Now, in a film, deleted scenes are normal. I am not going to sit here and slam deleted scenes as a whole because deleted scenes are normal. Now, see what happens after a production has finished filming a film, they will put together what is known as an assembly cut. And that is not doing any post-production work on it, but that is just pulling together all the footage that they have shot and putting it in order and just seeing what they have. Now, these assembly cuts, they always run these behemoth run times. They're always like the longest run times, and these are the cuts that we will never, ever see. So like sometimes these cuts can run, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours long. And yeah, these are the cuts that we will never see as much as we would like to see them. But yeah, deleted scenes happen all the time. Now, the thing that gets me about, now once they have finished that assembly cut, then they start to work on post-production. Then they start to work on, color correcting it, doing any ADR, the music, like everything that they need to do to make this thing watchable on the big screen. And that is why when you look at like the two Z sequences, that's why they feel unfinished. That's why sometimes when you see deleted scenes on DVDs and Blu-rays, that's why they feel unfinished. Because sometimes for the deleted scenes, for some particular sequences, they know that, oh, this is never going in the film, so we don't have to, spend our time, working on these scenes. We don't have to spend our time actually, color correcting and doing all the post-production work on these scenes because they will never go into the movie. So the two Z sequences, those are the ones that I feel like, okay, those would not have been in the film. Like, those are the ones that would have stayed deleted because, again, they look unfinished. I mean, they look like there's still a lot of stuff to do to make it, watchable on the big screen. But the other two sequences, as much as I would love to see the Z sequences, because again, like I said in the After movie watch-along commentary, they have done nothing to set up the Tessa-Zed relationship. They have done nothing to set it up, and those two scenes could have gone a long way in actually setting them up. But the two scenes that I want to zero in on is the Tessa meeting Chancellor Scott, aka Hardin's dad, aka Peter Gallagher, and the wedding prep scene. Those are the two sequences that I really want to focus on because, again, it could be the crappy quality, but watching, somebody actually recording this thing, I know it hasn't been officially released in HD or officially yet, but watching those two scenes feel finished. As of right now, I mean, I could watch the Blu-ray and all of a sudden they don't look so finished, but as of right now, they look finished. They look like everything was done. They look like it could have gone into the film. And so that becomes my question, like, why did they delete these two sequences? Like, why did they take these two sequences out? Now, here's my problem with the film. Here's my issue with the film, is that as much as I know films, I have never edited anything in my life. I've never been an editor a day in my life. But I can look at, as an unexperienced editor, can look at the film and look at two sequences. I know I mentioned 4 scenes, but I want to focus on 2 scenes in particular in terms of what was actually in the film. But I want to focus on 2 scenes because these 2 scenes are the ones where people said that these are completely unnecessary, that these have no business being in the film. why the hell did you put these two scenes in the film? They have no reason to be in there. And that is, of course, the two Jace sequences. Now, like I've always said, those two sequences come off as nothing more as he's a producer and he needs to get more screen time. That's how those two scenes come off to me. Because looking at the scenes, looking at the dialogue, looking at everything happening in those two scenes, they make no sense. They look like there's no reason for them to be in there. And one person even pointed out something that I did not even notice. The 11 or 12 times that I've seen the film, I didn't even notice this until somebody pointed it out. That why would Tessa get into the car of the guy who tried to sexually assault her? Like, why would Tessa do that? I am not shaming her. I am not shaming victims out there. But that is a kind of a legitimate question. But yeah, why would Tessa get into his car? And again, like, that's the one scene that people seem to focus in on. They mentioned the tattoo shop, but the Jace car sequence, like, that's like the one scene that people really focus in on as, yeah, this scene should not have been in the film. This scene had no purpose to be in the film. And one person even cut it down to 19 seconds, you know, taking out, you know, some of the short dialogue that is actually in the scene. Again, proving how like unneeded the scene is, how unnecessary that scene is. But yeah, when you look at the runtime of this film, now this film is about 98 minutes long without the end credits. So when you add up the runtimes of the deleted scenes, they run basically about a little over 5 minutes. So if they put the deleted scenes that have actually been released back into the film only would have run about an hour and 45 minutes. Without the credits, like an hour and 45, hour and 44 without the credits. If they put back the scene that I actually wanted to see in the film, among the other deleted scenes that are already, you know, taken out, but the Hardin smashing the guitar, yeah, it would have still ran about an hour and 45 because the Hardin smashing the guitar only would have taken like, what, 20 seconds of screen time? But apparently somebody said that but yeah, let's focus on what we actually know, like what we've actually seen released here. So yeah, let's just focus on the wedding prep and the Chancellor Scott sequence. Okay, so the wedding prep. You are never going to convince me, as long as I live, that those two Jace scenes needed to be in the film, whereas the wedding prep got cut. Because here's the issue, and this is an issue that I see time and time again with films, is that when they delete a scene, they seem to forget that they deleted that sequence. So then in a later scene, they even reference stuff that happened in that deleted scene. So then you as an audience member are sitting there going, wait, what? Like, no, I never saw this. Like, what are you talking about? Like, this line of dialogue makes no sense whatsoever. And so what I'm talking about is that in the actual wedding sequence, when Tessa is interacting with Chancellor Scott, with Peter Gallagher, when Josephine Langford and Peter Gallagher are interacting, they look like they have actually met before. But we never saw that. We never saw that scene, so that interaction makes no freaking sense. The part in the wedding where Hardin says, oh, you made me promise to be in my best behavior, that never happened. In the theatrical cut, that never happened. That happened in the deleted scene, of course, but that never happened in the actual movie that we saw. That happened in the deleted scene, but not in the movie. So that's what I hate in films, is when they cut something and then they seem to forget that they cut it. So then, you know, they reference something that happened, and then, you know, you as an audience member can only sit there and go, wait, what the hell are you talking about? But yeah, the big questions that surround these scenes are, should they have been cut? Why were they cut? And that's just basically it. Like those two big questions keep surrounding these scenes. And the big answer to both of those, to one of those questions is, should they have been cut? No. No, 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 no. And should they have been in the film? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I am putting myself outside of the mind of a fan, and I'm just putting myself in the mind of a moviegoer. I'm just going to put on my moviegoer hat, put on my editor hat, put on my film lover hat. Yes, these two sequences, or these four sequences, should have been in the film. Because again, the runtime would not have been that much longer. So basically, and I've continued to say this time and time again, this film so feels like somebody came in from on high and said, this film can only be 98 minutes long. That's it. Like, this film can only be 98 minutes long. It cannot run, like even 100 minutes. It has to be 98 minutes. It has to be short, sweet, simple, get in, get out, goodbye. Like, that's what it feels like time and time again throughout the film, because you can really sum up a lot of my issues with this film. You can sum it up in, this film is too damn short. That this film should have been longer. That they should have made the film longer. That it's too short. It's too rushed. And too many things don't make sense. But yeah, like, that's my big issues with the film. Yeah, I have many, many tinier issues, and I've addressed those in the after movie watch along commentary. But yeah, that you can sum up my big issues with the film in that one little sentence. The film is too damn short. So I would love to sit down with the editor. I would love to sit down with the director. I would love to sit down with Anna Todd and the producers. I would love to sit down with Avery on Pictures and actually ask them, why were these scenes cut? Because deleted scenes, I mean, scenes can get cut for a myriad of different reasons. They weren't working. They just had too many issues with the scene. Like, the scenes just weren't working. They interrupt the flow of the movie. They don't really, add anything to the proceedings. But if anybody, so help me God, if anybody tries to explain away the cutting of these 4 scenes as they slowed down the movie, they had no purpose, they couldn't really, fit it into the movie, they had no purpose of being there, so help me God if somebody tries that, because again, I can point to the 2 J sequences and the other 2 sequences that I mentioned in the after movie watch along as scenes like, really? So you're telling me that the scenes that actually ended up in the movie, those 4 scenes actually, there was actually those scenes are necessary, but the actual, other 4 scenes, 2 scenes that could have set up a storyline that you guys, again, have done nothing to set up, and 2 more scenes that, again, one scene that was actually very important, the wedding prep, and then one that would actually explain Tessa and Chancellor Scott's, interactions at the wedding, that would actually explain that. But yeah, like, these 4 scenes, because again, that's what I'm going to keep saying time and time again, is that do not let them convince you that they've actually set up the Tessa-Zed relationship. Do not let them try to convince you that they have, because they truly have not. And again, that is one of my biggest concerns going into the sequel, is that the sequel has way too many things to do to fix. I mean, they have way too many things to fix from the first one, that I don't know how the second one's going to look. I'm still crossing my fingers. I'm still holding out hope. But yeah, the second one has a lot of work to do. So yeah, let's go back to the main questions here. Should those scenes have been cut? Hell to the motherfucking no. Should they have been in the movie? Hell to the motherfucking yes. Should the J scenes have been cut? Oh, you bet your sweet damn ass they should have. Was there a reason for the J scenes to be in the film, but these 4 scenes to get cut? No. There was no damn reason. And again, like I said in the after movie watch along commentary, if it was me, I would have looked at them and said point blank that, cut the tattoo shop, cut Jason, Tessa in the car, cut the other 2 scenes that I mentioned, but cut those 2 scenes in particular, because those are the 2 scenes that the vast majority of fans have said, why was these 2 scenes in the movie? Why were these scenes in the movie? They had no reason for being in the movie. So cut the tattoo shop, the dialogue between Steph and Tristan, just switch that on, just go back and reshoot and switch that over into the scene where they're picking out dresses, or when they're picking out clothes for the party. Yeah, put that scene, put that dialogue in that scene. You can take out the tattoo shop. You can take out the Tessa and Jace car sequence. You can take out the other 2 sequences that I mentioned in the after movie watch along, and you could have put all 4 of these scenes back in the movie, and you would have went a long way in setting up several things. So jump down to the comment section below, let me know what you think. As always, thank you so much for watching. Remember, if you like what you see here and you want to see more, let's go through all the stuff that you can find on this channel. So every day, daily uploads, I will be posting daily uploads about the after series read-throughs. I will be going through the entire franchise. Those will be daily uploads, barring any types of personal illnesses or issues. So keep looking forward to that. And yes, because people have been asking, because many people have brought it up, I will be doing the book before. I will be doing before as well. Now that we have the official green light on the After We Collided movie, I'll be bringing you guys so many updates, so many constant updates that you guys will be getting sick and tired of seeing this face. You'll be getting sick and tired of all the updates. You'll be begging me to stop the updates because that's how updated you guys will be. Every other day, I will be posting different topics that come up in the After fandom. So if there's a topic that you would like to see me talk about or would like to hear my thoughts on, go ahead and either leave it down in the comments, or you can find me on either Twitter or my email. All the relevant information is on the About section of the channel. Remember, as always, I love you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. I am eternally grateful for all your love and support. If there is a Afternator out there that you guys know who would love this channel, who would love anything about this channel, go ahead and share the channel with them. Let's see how much more we can grow this channel. And again, I'm so eternally grateful for your love and support. And remember, I'll see you later, Afternators. Love you guys.